Don't overlook plain text emails. Sometimes they can actually outperform fancier HTML emails. Hi, I'm Kelsey Johnson from Aweber, and I'm here to break down the differences between plain text and more designed HTML emails, and most importantly, when you should use each. Now, plain text emails are a minimalist marketer's best friend. While they're sometimes viewed as old school, text based emails are actually still read and sent all the time. You've probably been sending some yourself. So, if paring your email messages down to their simplest form or making your emails readable on devices like Apple Watches sounds interesting, keep listening. Today, we're going to cover what is a plain text email, the difference between plain text and HTML emails, when to use plain text instead of HTML emails, do plain text emails improve email deliverability, and how to make your text based emails look better. All right, so what is a plain text email? It is what it sounds like. It's an email message that includes only text. There are no images or graphics and no formatting. All of the links are actually even completely written out. Now, HTML emails look more like a website page, complete with an image, a colored background, and embedded links. All the visual elements most marketers want to have in their emails. One survey of email marketers showed that only 20% of marketers prefer to send only HTML emails. 62% prefer to send a hybrid of HTML and plain text email. And 16% of marketers actually prefer to send only text-based emails. Now, this is consistent with email marketing best practices. It's also fairly easy to do. Almost all email marketing services let people send two versions of their emails, text and HTML. And many email services will automatically create a text version of every email. When two versions of an email are sent, each subscriber's email client will show either the HTML or the plain text version, depending on the settings in the subscriber's email client. For the email senders who expressly want to send only text emails, many email service providers allow them to set up their email campaign so it goes out only as a plain text. That's why you're probably sending plain text emails already, because your email service provider automatically makes a text version of every email you send. All right, so when should you use a text-based email instead of an HTML email? 1, plain text emails have a smaller file size than HTML emails, so they load faster. They're great if your subscribers happen to be having a slow internet connection or remote. So say you're sending emails to hikers in the backcountry or to people in other remote places. If you send them a text-only message, they'll be more likely to be able to read it without having to wait a long time for it to load. 2, text-only emails can be read on more devices. Plain text emails can be read by Internet of Things sort of devices like Apple Watches, or even by apps that can read people's emails to them while they're driving. This also means they're better for accessibility. For those that depend on text-to-speech readers, these emails are easier to be read aloud for those with vision impairments. 3, plain text emails can have a more personal feel. Sometimes copywriters, coaches, or consultants will send text-only emails because they want their emails to appear more personal. And a plain text message does look more like a message you'd get from a friend. Now, how well this tactic will work depends on your audience and your copywriting skills. Don't forget that once all the pretty pictures and design are gone, all that's left is your copy. 4, text-only emails can be a good format for transactional emails. You might now see an email text-only if you've placed an order online. Not all e-commerce websites send text-only transactional emails, but many do. You won't be able to include a product photograph or social media icon links if you use a plain text email for transactional emails. But if you're just getting started with your business, sending a plain text email is a good enough start. 5, some e-commerce consultants say that ugly, aka plain text emails, convert better than the pretty HTML emails. Why? Well, they say it's because the ugly emails stand out in the inbox better. There are also reports that ugly emails work better for fundraising. Now, the jury's out on this, but you might want to test the theory. Create a split test of a few ugly emails and test them against your prettier HTML emails, and let us know what you find out. All right, do text emails improve email deliverability? No. But a few years ago, there was some discussion online about whether or not plain text emails improved email deliverability. Ultimately, it wasn't true. Now, Aweber email deliverability expert Chris Wong suggests that any worry about HTML versus plain text email delivery is misplaced, but instead, he suggests that you ask a few questions about your audience. First of all, who are your subscribers? Are they B2B users? Are they B2C users? Are they using Gmail, Yahoo? Get to know them a little bit. Has the user subscribed to be mailed and provided their consent to be mailed? Are they expecting your messages? And are the messages that you're sending engaging to the user, or are they being ignored, or worse, users are complaining about them? So set the other email marketing myth aside. There are good reasons to send plain text emails, but email deliverability just isn't one of them. All right, now that we know when to send it, how do we make those text-only emails look a little bit better? They can actually be dressed up a bit more than just the plain text. This is especially important for scannability and calls to action. As you probably know, most people don't read all the copy on a page. You're not the only one who skims. We can't stop this behavior, so we have to adapt to it. Even pro copywriters will make their copy easy to scan. To make your emails easier to scan, try one line or very short paragraphs, bullet points, simple characters to emphasize text, putting your call to action on a line by itself, using a postscript to highlight the key message of your email, and occasionally using all caps, but please do that sparingly. All right, so that's the 411 on plain text emails. They deserve more attention than they get, and depending on your audience and your email marketing goals, they might actually work really well for you. Did you try them and they did? Please let us know in the comments. If you want to send a text-based email or an HTML email, try Aweber for free. You can sign up at aweber.com or click the link below.